All right, let's talk about how to fix and overcome self-doubt in your business. If this is holding you back in any way, shape, or form, what I'm about to share with you can make a big difference for you and your clients. All right, guys, what's up? Here, y'all came here, CEO and founder of Healthpreneur. We help health and fitness professionals get more clients and scale their coaching businesses online without all the grind. And in this, I'm shooting this video because self-doubt is, it's a biggie, right? It's a big one for a lot of health professionals. And I want to address this in a few ways. So number one, self-doubt, I think, is a good thing because it means you care, right? I think it means that you care about what it is you're doing, the people you're serving. And there's a level of I don't know if I'm good enough or if I can do this. And that's okay. And I think it's important to recognize that where that's coming from is a good place, I believe, which is good. On the flip side of that, though, the self-doubt piece is a major blocker for everything you want in your life. So if we look at when I talk about this in this book here, MindFloss, get a copy if you don't have already. Grab a copy. The link is in the description. It's on Amazon. It's a whopping 99 cents. I don't make any money off this, obviously. It's just really because I want to help more people with this up here. And the thing is, self-doubt, as I talk about in this book, there's a scale really of when we think of attracting and manifesting and bringing things to life. There's a scale, and it's very simple. You have doubt on one end and you have knowing on the other. So knowing is 100% certain, you just know things are going to happen for you. And doubt is on the complete opposite side of that. And I often tell our clients, if you don't have what you currently want, it's either you're doing nothing towards its attainment or you have doubt in the way. That's it. If you say you want something, but there's this, just in the pit of your belly, this just background doubt of is this going to happen? What if it doesn't work? Can I do this? Those little things, you got to nip them in the butt because those are the very things that are blocking everything you want from happening in your life. Doubt it's a big one. Okay. It's a very, very common one when you start getting into business. When we're working with clients to help them grow their business, we tell them listen, this is not just a business journey. This is a personal growth journey because you're going to deal with all your demons, right? You're going to get on the phone with people who don't know you and they're inquiring about working with you. And now it's am I charging too much? If they say no, if I get 10 no's on the phone, should I reduce my prices? Am I even good at this? There's all sorts of stuff that can happen here. And the thing is, you always have to come back to some pillar foundation. It's okay to have doubts. It's okay to have those moments where you don't think things are going to work out, but you have to be able to catch yourself as quickly as possible to change that focus. That's what this is about. It's about your focus. And I think, the last 2 years with the pandemic, there's been more mental health issues. Alcohol sales have increased by 50%. There's more consumption of Netflix and all that kind of stuff. And there's been more isolation. So a lot of people have been battling mental health things more than ever before. And I don't want to make light of that conversation, but I want to let you know you're not a victim. Okay. No one is forcing you to think certain things. And listen, I'm not a psychologist. I'm not an expert in depression or mental health. I've worked with people in those fields, and I actually dated someone many, many years ago who suffered from psychotic depression, which meant that she slept with a butcher knife under her bed because those were some of the thoughts that she thought of taking her own life several times with. So I have very, very good firsthand experience with this, at least my secondhand, I guess. You get what you focus on. That's what it comes down to. Okay. And if you are doubting yourself, if you are doubting anything, change your focus. That's it. You have to change your point of focus, and that's all there is to it. I make it sound overly simplistic. And it's simple, right? Just like exercising is simple in theory. Why don't more of us do it? It's uncomfortable. We're on a track that's very well grooved. And now we're saying, oh, I got to exercise a bit more. I got to focus on what I want instead of all the shit that's happening. We're grooving new pathways. And that's hard to do. So you have to recognize that you are in power. You are in control of everything up here. Okay. I don't care how, what the situation is. You have to recognize that you're a victor, not a victim. If you are a victim, nothing I can share with you here is going to help. But if you understand, you take ownership and responsibility for the things you can control in your life, which are your thoughts and your actions, that's it. Then I think you're in a better position. So with that said, is if you're going through moments of doubt, then you have to change your focus to focus on something that can give you more certainty. And so I've mentioned this before, is referencing moments in the past of victory, of success, of certainty, and going back to those moments. Because the cool thing about your mind is it doesn't know the difference between past, present, future. It's all one big video game up here. And you can go back in time to a moment where you felt absolute certain, where you're like unstoppable, on top of the world. And you got to get your place into that physiology. You have to get your place into that point of focus. And like it's literally as simple as that. So you have to change your focus. You have to use reference points from the past. Get yourself back to that state. Like as an example, I think some of the most certain moments I've had in my life were playing sports, right? So I remember a couple of games specifically, one in particular, semifinals of the state championships or the provincial championships in Ontario when I was at the University of Toronto. And we went to penalty shots against, Western University. And there was like no doubt in my mind that I was going to win this. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to stop 3 of these 5 shots. And I did, and we won. And then I took off and I ran around the campus, and it was hilarious. But I can put myself back in that moment, and I can feel that certainty and confidence again. And I can build myself up to come back to the present moment and use that in a different endeavor. Okay, it doesn't have to be soccer specific. So I think that's the first thing, is finding those reference points and using those to kind of refuel that confidence tank. The second thing is falling back on your experience. So if you're a health professional, you have to think about this logically. Now, if you just got certified this past weekend and you've never helped someone and you're very, very fresh or wet behind the ears, what I'm about to say doesn't make sense. Okay. But if you've been in practice for many years, if you've helped clients in person or virtual or whatever, you have to understand that you've done this, right? Like you have to understand that. Just look at the schooling for example. I went through 6 years of schooling, post-secondary, so university, et cetera. And you may have gone through more, right? If you're a doctor, a chiropractor, you've probably gone through 6, 8, 10, 12 years. Just stop for a second and think about that. The average person that's coming to you for help has no clue what you know. No clue, right? So the very fact that you are in, let's say, grade 12 and they're in kindergarten relative to the condition you can help them with should be reassuring, because you're always going to be several steps ahead of the people you want to serve. So always, always, always do your best to use logic to come back to like, is this making sense? Does it make sense that I doubt myself or doubt this situation, even though I went to school for 10 years or whatever the time frame was, and I know more about the human body than almost everyone on this planet does. What do I have to worry about? Right? What am I worried about here? So I think it's helpful to go back to that. I actually wrote my New York Times best-selling book from the back of nutrition class in literally my first month. That's when I started writing the book, because I realized this is information that no one knows about. And I was starting to apply a lot of the stuff I was learning, and it was transforming my health and my energy. And I started writing the book in the back. I wasn't even out of nutrition school yet. And I was writing the book. Was there doubts? Probably at moments, but I'm like, who cares? I'm going to plow forward and get this out there and help people. And when you focus on yourself, it's very easy to get nervous. So the key is to To get out of nervous is you focus on service. So to fix nervous, you focus on service. Get out of your own way. Get out of your own head. Stop thinking about what people are going to think of you. Who cares, right? And you have knowledge, you have magic that can help tremendous amounts of people. And you're always going to be several steps ahead of the people you want to serve. It doesn't mean that you stop learning. It doesn't mean you stop growing, because you're constantly going to get better. But you're always good enough to help people. Always. So remember that. And the third thing I'm going to say is that maybe you just got to sharpen the sword more. Maybe you're not good enough yet. I don't know. So if you just got certified last weekend as a health coach, listen, maybe you don't have the chops yet, right? Everyone starts at 0. I was watching the masterclass with Wayne Gretzky last night, and he was not a good hockey player when he first started. He was very average, but he practiced in his backyard from 6 in the morning till 10 o'clock at night, most days of the week. That's a lot of time. And if you want to get good at anything, you just have to put in the time and the practice and the repetition. No one is born masterful, and no one is born with confidence. Confidence comes from experience. So how do you get experience? You put yourself out there and you recognize, I'm not going to have all the answers. I'm not going to have it all perfect. And you just take action anyways, and you learn and you make mistakes and you get back up and you keep going. And that's how you develop momentum, and momentum builds confidence, and confidence overshadows self-doubt. The number one thing that's going to determine your success in life is your self-belief, is your level of confidence in yourself. If you doubt everything you do, or you don't do anything because you have too much doubt, you're not going to do anything in life. And that's a pretty shitty life to live. Okay. So it's a matter of taking action, having the courage to take action, knowing that you don't have everything figured out. And it's also understanding that maybe you're not good enough yet in the sense of your skill set to achieve a certain thing. And that's okay, right? If you're aware of that, then you can acknowledge the fact that you can learn from others who've done this before, get some coaching or mentorship or whatever, surround yourself with great people who can elevate you to the next level, and learn your way through this so you can build the skills to get better. And this is going to happen at every level in your life, right? New levels, new devils. And if you're in business and you're, worried about how you're going to get your first clients or whether they can pay you a premium price, that self-doubt is going to be different later down the road. Like, it goes from that to hiring amazing people. Can I lead a team? Can I do this? Like, there's going to be all sorts of stuff. And I think you just have to be able to move forward with imperfect action. Like, you may not have the confidence, but you have to have the courage to move forward, because the only way you're going to develop the confidence is first and foremost by making the commitment, by having the courage to step one foot forward and then another. And in time, you're going to build the capabilities, and that's going to give you confidence. When you have confidence, you have less self-doubt. And when you do have those moments of self-doubt, you can use those reference points where you built the confidence to then help you dissolve any self-doubt and help you move forward. Okay. So anyways, I hope that makes sense for you. If you've enjoyed this, remember to subscribe to the channel. I talk a lot about mindset as well. And this is, again, this book, MindFloss, get it on Amazon. It's a tremendous book. I wrote this first and foremost for my kids, second for my clients, because I wanted to help them up here, because I realized, like, I can give you the best strategy, I can give you the best tactics, but what's the difference? Why would, a small percentage of people crush it while a small percentage of other people don't do anything? And it's all up here. So this book is going to walk you through 27 lessons that I have, developed and learned over my life that have made a significant difference in my life and, a lot of the people that I served. And I think it's a book that, again, it's not a moneymaker for me. It's, 99 cents on Kindle, but it's something I think is going to help you build a more complete toolkit, so that when you develop the tools of the skills and the strategies and the things, you don't have any leaks in the toolkit. So everything is all for naught. So MindFloss, grab it on Amazon, or just go to mindflossbook.com. That'll take you to Amazon and grab a copy. I'd love to know your thoughts on that once you've read it. So anyways, that's all for today, guys. Hope you have an awesome one. Hope this has made sense, and I'll see you in the next video.